Welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Welcome back, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Budget Beauty. We do everything beauty on a budget, and that includes full faces of affordable makeup. And I am so excited for today's video. I have done one of these videos in the past featuring this specific brand, but they have released so many new products that I had to do a second video. And that is using from the brand Shein, which is a fast fashion, really inexpensive clothing company that actually has really good quality clothing. They have a makeup line called Sheglam. Like I said, I've done a full face of Sheglam in the past. I'll link that video down below for you, but there are so many fantastic products that I've used from them that I just had to do a second full face of Sheglam. So I ordered everything from their website. It will all be linked down below for you. And we are going to do everything from base up, all Sheglam. So if you're excited, give this video a big, huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. And as mentioned, I will link all of the products that I used today, as well as the Shein and the Sheglam website down below for you. My favorite beauty boxes. And don't forget, come on over, follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. I just got back from my walk. I have my coffee. Let me zoom you in. Let's test out Sheglam. Like I said, I just got back from a super long walk, so I went ahead and washed my face because I get nice and sweaty, and I did apply my Glow Recipe Plum Hyaluronic Acid Serum to my face. I absolutely love this. This is a product that I use every day under my makeup, so I will go ahead and link this down below for you as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply foundation. I've let that Glow Recipe Hyaluronic Serum sink into my skin. This is one of my favorite foundations. This is actually almost gone. This is the Complexion Pro Serum, and I have the shade Golden. Let me just tell you how incredible this foundation is. It is so good. It is a medium coverage, buildable to full coverage. It is flawless on the skin. It applies beautifully. It really truly is one of my very favorite foundations, and it's under, I think, $6 or $7. It's super affordable, as is all of the makeup that I'm sharing with you today from Sheglam. Really good quality for a really affordable price. So I'm going to pump a few pumps into my hand. It does have the pump top. Sheglam has some amazing beauty blenders, beauty sponges. I did not pick one up because I have so many beauty sponges. It didn't make sense for me to buy one, but I'll link some of their beauty sponges down below. They rival the beauty blender for a fraction of the price. So I'm just using my sponge that I have from Real Techniques and going to blend that into the skin. Like I said, the coverage is incredible. It is not patchy at all. It doesn't build up in fine lines and wrinkles, and it lasts all day. I mean, honestly, out of all of the foundations I have, and I have some really high-end foundations, this one is one of my top 3. It is that good. And like I said, it's almost gone. So I will absolutely be buying another one. I've only applied one layer of foundation, and it's perfect. You cannot see my discoloration, imperfections. It really truly is a 10 out of 10. So for concealer, I picked up their 12-hour concealer. Now this claims to be a medium to full coverage concealer and claims to last for 12 hours. I have the shade Madeline. I have used the Sheglam concealers in the past, and they are really good. I have not tried this particular 12-hour though. So I'm going to apply a little of that under my eyes. I always put a little on my nose, forehead, above my lip, and chin. And then we'll go ahead and blend that out. I'm going to use my concealer as my eye primer. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that right up onto my eye. Right off the bat, this shade is a little bit light for me. I can fix that with a little bit of bronzer. It is a little bit light. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a little bit of a bright under eye, but this is maybe one shade too light. Okay, Sheglam. I see you, Sheglam. Look at the coverage. And I am 46. I have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles. It is not settling at all. Wow. Wow, this is beautiful. And you know what? I take it back. It's not one shade too light. I was able to blend it in with the foundation and it looks really nice. It did brighten up my under eye, but definitely doesn't look too light for my skin. I'm really excited to see how this wears. What I will do is put here up on the screen how this wears over a 12-hour period because it claims to have 12-hour coverage. I'll let you know if it sinks into any fine lines and wrinkles. I'll give you the full review here on the screen. Now we know the rage with these little beauty puffs. I actually have the one from Tati Beauty. I know you can buy these on Amazon. They were super affordable on Sheglam and you get, looks like 5 little sponges. These are fantastic to set your under eye and set your entire face because you can press the product into the skin. It makes it go on flawlessly and last all day. There is a little ribbon that you put your fingers into, and the pointy side I like to use to set my under eye, and then the rounder side to set my face. So for powder, I have the Baked Glow Setting Powder, and I picked up the shade Light Brown. I was going to get a translucent powder, but I wanted to test this out under my eyes, and I also wanted to test this on my face for the powder to set my actual face. So I did want to pick up one that had a little bit of a tint to it, and this looked like a light to medium color. It does come with a little puff, which is great for travel. I'm going to tap a little of the powder into the lid. Ooh, this looks like a really, really nice shade. First, I'm going to set my under eye. Ooh, that's going on really nice. Now, it is definitely a tinted powder. And normally I use a translucent under my eyes, just again for that brightening effect, but I wanted to try this powder out and really test it out and see if it would sit well under the eyes and also set the face really nicely. It looks really, really good. It doesn't look drying or cakey at all. So far a win. For bronzer slash contour, I decided to go with a cream product. So I picked up the Warm Honey, and this is the Glow Bronzer Stick. Here is what the component looks like. So one end actually has a brush. I never use the brush. And then the other end is actually the contour slash bronzer stick. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that where I would put contour. You always put cream products on before you set your face with any powder products. So I'm going to put this everywhere that I would put bronzer and everywhere that I would put contour. And then with my beauty sponge, I'm going to just tap that into the skin, blend that out. Ooh, that looks nice. That is really beautiful. It's a perfect bronzer shade for me. It's a little light for a contour. I generally gravitate towards a deeper contour just to really add some dimension, but for a bronzer, this is perfect. It is blending out beautifully. I mean, absolutely beautifully. You don't see any patchiness. It's very creamy and easy to blend. And it's about 1 shade, maybe 2 shades deeper than my foundation, which is perfect for a cream bronzer. That looks really, really nice. Gives that whole sun-kissed glow. You always want to put bronzer, whether it's a cream product or a powder product, everywhere the sun hits your face and really just bronze it up, just like you were glowing in the sun. I always apply cream brush under my powder, so I'm going to use the Risky Business shade. I've actually had this cream blush for quite a while. It's one that's been in my collection, and I love the Sheglam cream blushes. They're really, really good. Has a nice big doe foot, so I go ahead and just tap that on. And then with a brush, just blend that out. Isn't that a really pretty color? It's a pinky, orangey color. Really, really pretty. And this cream blush, liquid blush, whatever you want to call it, blends out really nicely on the skin. And then I always just bring that over my nose, forehead, and chin. That little bit was plenty to apply the cream blush. I like that under my powder just for that sun-kissed look, for that kind of sunburnt look, and then we'll go in and apply a powder product on top. But I love the liquid blushes from Sheglam. I have several. Now, using the wider side of that same sponge, I am going to go ahead and set my face. This powder is so nice. Look at that, sinks right into the skin. I hate when powder just sits on the skin and looks powdery and cakey. This is sinking right in, and you can actually still see that cream blush and that cream contour and that bronzer underneath. The little puff is also picking up a lot of product and laying it down really nicely as well. I would say very similar to the Tati Beauty or even the Beauty Blender one that are substantially more expensive. What I do is generally just throw these in a laundry bag and throw them in the washer so you can just wash them and reuse. I'm always really happy when I find affordable powders that perform really nicely because the high-end brands charge so much for powder, and you don't need to spend that much money on powder when you can buy one under $10 that is just as, if not better. Now I'm ready to apply some powder products. So I bought the Glam 101, and this is the Hybrid Highlighter and Blush Duo, and I have the shade Seville. So I didn't buy a powder bronzer only because that cream one, I figured that would be all that I needed, and it looks beautiful on the skin. But I did want to pick up a blush highlight combo because it's a great bang for your buck. If you can get a 2-for-1 product for the price of one product, then it's even a better deal. And look at how beautiful this is. So we have a beautiful like peachy pink blush and then kind of a golden highlight. So first I'm going to pick up some of the blush, really pretty color, and apply that to the cheek. Ooh, yeah, that's stunning. That actually looks a lot like the cream blush underneath, which was kind of my plan, was to have those two pair really nicely together. Very pigmented, and again, blending really nicely into the skin, not just sitting on top of the skin. Now I did pick up a couple of little brush sets. This particular one, I love the fun iridescent handles, and the brushes are super affordable. Like I said, these have some beautiful iridescent handles, and we have 4 eye brushes and then the fan brush, which I wanted to use the fan brush for the highlight. So we can test out these brushes. Now they feel pretty lightweight. They're definitely not a really weighted product, but again, really affordable, and they don't have to be super weighted to work really good. So I picked up some of the highlight. Ooh, that is pretty. The highlight is stunning, and the brush is applying it really nice. That's really pretty. And the highlight, again, sinking into the skin, not sitting on the skin, which is incredible for a very affordable highlight and blush combo. So it's really like 2 products for the price of 1, and both of the products are really nice. The brush is great. It is a pretty flimsy fan brush, which is actually ideal for highlight. I don't know that you would want to use this for any other powder products, but for highlight, it works really well. And I love the blush and highlight combo. I think that is so pretty. Even the packaging is really, really nice. So for the palette, this one immediately caught my attention. I think the packaging is so cute. This is the Wolf Calls palette. I also picked this up because the color story is pretty unique to my collection. I'm very much a warm toned eyeshadow person. As you know, I love color. I love warm tone neutrals. But when I saw this palette, I instantly was drawn to it because it is very much a cool toned palette. And whenever I wear cool tones, I love my look. I just don't reach for cool tones that often. I thought the color story was beautiful. So it's some nice kind of periwinkle blue, some periwinkle, some blues, grays. So we have 7 mattes and 5 shimmers. Absolute perfect combination to create a beautiful look. And again, the palette was super, super affordable. And I did grab an eye brush set as well. Now these ones just have black handles, but it is strictly an eyeshadow brush set. They have a navy handle and a gold ferrule. They feel really nice. Now these ones definitely feel more weighted, and they are a soft but stiff brush, which is perfect, which is my preferred brush style because I'm able to really get in there, apply the shadow, and blend it out. So we're going to use these for our eye look today. So the first shade I'm going to use is called Chill Factor, and this is kind of a blue gray, really, really pretty color. And I'm going to focus that as my transition shade or my crease shade. This is really pretty. It is a blue, it's definitely a blue gray. It has a little bit of a blue undertone, but a gray base to it. It's a really unique, pretty color. And it's laying down really nice. And this brush I have to say is doing a really good job of both packing on the shadow, but also blending it out. I'm not seeing any fallout, but I do have the tiniest bit of kick up in the pan. But like I always say, kick up means pigmentation, so I'm never going to complain about that. So far, I'm really, really liking this color. There's the shade Chill Factor. I really, really love this. As I was applying this, I was thinking, I'm gonna go with a smoky look. I mean, this palette screams smoky eye. So I'm going to use this shade in the corner called 50 Shades, and I'm going to use that right in the crease to deepen it up, add a little bit of smokiness and depth. So I'm going to tap that in and then blend it out. Wow, that's a beautiful gray. That was one swipe into the palette, and look at all the pigmentation. Really, really, really pretty. It does have that little bit of a blue undertone, so it goes really nicely with that shade Chill Factor. Absolutely beautiful. With that same brush that had that I used for Chill Factor, I didn't pick up any more shadow. I'm just using that brush because it's the fluffiest one to just blend that out. Wow, I am so impressed so far. To deepen up my outer corner, I'm going in with the deepest shade in the palette called Bite Black. And I'm going to focus that just on the outer corner. I don't know if you can see, but I have quite a bit of fallout on my face, which is fine. We've already set our face with powder, but if you are worried about fallout, just do your eye makeup before you do your base makeup. But on a side note, this color, this black, very intense black, that was one swipe in, beautiful. There is a lot of kick up in the pan as well, so I highly recommend tapping off your brush, and that will help with the fallout as well. That same fluffy brush that had Chill Factor, I am again going to just blend. Ooh, I'm loving this cool toned smoky look. For shimmer, the first one I'm going to use is Polar Express, which is this really pretty gray shimmer. And I'm going to focus that on my lid, on the outer portion of my lid. I'm using my finger to apply that, no glitter primer. I want to see how these shimmers apply with my finger, and then we'll try them with a brush. Now the shimmer feels really buttery and nice in the pan. It is applying really pretty. Now, is it a really sparkly shimmer? No, it's a little bit more of a matte shimmer, but it's really pretty with these matte shades. It's definitely buildable. I've went into the palette about 3 times with my finger, and I'm able to really build up the opacity. For the inner portion of my lid and my inner corner, I'm using Party Howl, which is this beautiful white silver shade. And we're going to test that out by applying it with a brush. Now, I did not spray my brush. The shimmers aren't blowing me away. Now, I'm used to indie, beautiful, sparkly, special shades. And not that there's anything wrong with these shimmers, but they're not blowing me away. I would say out of the palette, the mattes perform a little bit better. The shimmers are buildable. So depending on how much shimmer you want, how much opacity you want with the shimmers, you can build them up. But it takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of building. But I will say after building up both of those shimmers, the end result is really beautiful. The silver shade is really pretty. And just for funsies, just to try one more shimmer in the palette, I'm going to use this blue silver shade here called Silver Fox. And I'm actually going to apply that as my inner corner highlight. That's going to pull the blue in a little more. That is the undertone of those mattes. Ooh, okay, I really love this color. That shimmer is performing really nicely, probably the best of the shimmers in the palette. Can you see how pretty that is? It's this silvery gray with a blue shift. Stunning. So I've used all of the brushes in that set except for this kind of flat shader brush. I'm going to use this for my lower lash line, and I'm going to start with the shade Chill Factor, which is that first blue gray that we used in our crease. And I'm going to pull that under my lower lash line. And that's really going to smoke that out and give it a pretty smoky eye look. And then into 50 Shades, which is that little bit deeper gray that we used in just the crease. I'm going to smoke that lower lash line out even more. So So the fallout was coming from 50 Shades, that deeper gray, because as soon as I put that on my lower lash line, I got a little bit more fallout. So again, just make sure you're really tapping off your brush, especially with this shade here called 50 Shades. And then lastly, back into my favorite shimmer in the palette so far, this Silver Fox. And I'm going to apply that just to that portion of the inner portion of my lower lash line, and then pull that across, because you already know I love a good shimmery lower lash line. I also wanted to show you, you can see the kick up. There's 50 Shades. I mean, there's a little bit of kick up in all the mattes, but that one is especially the worst when it comes to kick up and to fallout. So here is the eye look so far with the Wolf Calls palette. I love it. I love the smoky, cool toned look. For liner, I'm really excited about this. This is the Wing It Waterproof Liner Duo. Here's what the component looks like, and what's really cool is one end is a liquid liner with a brush tip, and the other end is a wing liner stamp, which is really cool. All you have to do is stamp it on and it starts your wing for you. So if you struggle making a wing, or if you just need a foundation and then you can build up the wing, the stamp liner works really well. So we're going to try it out. So the wider end goes closest to your eye, and you're just going to press and stamp it on. So can you see that? It gives me a little bit of a wing. Now you can just use the wing the liner gives you, or again, you can use it to build a wider, longer wing. So now with the brush end, I'm going to fill that in. I prefer a little bit longer wing, but I'm going to use the basis of the stamp to create that. It makes it really easy. It basically gives you the pattern or the outline. And then we will fill our wing in. I will say that both the felt tip liner and the wing stamp work beautifully. The felt tip liner is wet enough that it applies really easy, no tugging, no pulling, and you get that nice rich black. I really, really like this liner. I love liquid liner, and that's another product that I hate spending a lot of money for, because products like Sheglam, the LA colors from the Dollar Tree, Wet n Wild, all of those liquid liners are so good and so affordable. For mascara, I wanted to try this new one. This is the Max Impact, and this is the mascara in black. Now this is a newer mascara to the Sheglam line. I've actually never tried this one, but I'll tell you that the other mascaras that I've used have been really, really good. Here's the packaging, really pretty pink packaging. I picked this one because it has the spoolie, or the type of brush that I really like, the more fluffy brush. I don't love the plasticky brushes. They're just not my favorite. So I'm going to apply the mascara, and this is supposed to give volume, length, fullness, thickness. It's really good. I see that it added some length to my lashes. It definitely added some volume. I'm curious how buildable this is. So we're going to go ahead and do the first coat on this other eye, and then we'll come back and we'll apply a second and maybe even a third coat, and we'll really test out how buildable it is, how much volume it adds, how much thickness it adds. All right, so there's one coat. Let's go ahead and apply a second coat. Wow, this mascara is really nice. Honestly, 2 coats is all you need. I mean, truthfully, you could probably even get away with 1 coat. It is such a good mascara. I'm blown away. So there's 2 coats, and like I said, you don't even need a third coat. It is really nice. It added volume, length, fullness to my lashes. Wow, I'm impressed, and I am a false lash girl, and if I'm impressed by a mascara, that says a lot, because I'm so used to seeing myself with false lashes. This mascara, 1,000,000 out of 10. And I picked up 2 separate brow products. I have a brow pencil and a brow gel. I have to set my brows. I have wild, crazy long eyebrows. So first is the eyebrow pencil that I picked up. This is the Brows on Demand 2-in-1 brow pencil in chocolate. Love the packaging. It's kind of a taupe color with gold lids. These were with silver lids. This is really nice packaging. So one end you have a felt tip brow pen, which I really like to create those more natural hair strokes. And the other end, you have a pencil brow. You have a brow pencil. This is awesome that you get both products in one for how affordable this is. So I'm going to start with the felt tip liner, and the felt tip, and I'm going to draw in some of my brows with those hair-like strokes. Oh yeah, this is really nice. I have pretty full brows, so mainly for me, it's just about filling them in. I do have an area right here that is pretty sparse with hair, so I really like using the felt tip for drawing in those hairs. And now with the pencil portion, it's nice and fine, so you can actually draw in those hair-like strokes with the pencil, but it's filling it in really nice, really easy to use. You're getting that nice fine line so that it looks a little more natural. Ooh, I am loving this. Loving, loving, loving this. I'll tell you, I do not spend money on brow pencils. I always buy drugstore because there are so many great products. The NYX Lift and Snatch. I have one from the Dollar Tree from LA Colors that I really love. This one though is really, really nice. And this one has both sides. So if you're someone that appreciates a felt tip brow pen and a brow pencil, you are going to love this. The pencil portion was nice and creamy, both ends applied beautifully. And then for brow gel, I picked up the shade Taupe. Again, really, really nice packaging. And you have the tiny little spoolie that's perfect to get into those brows. This is tinted, which is my preferred, and I just like to brush it through my brows once I've used my brow pen and my brow pencil. And for me, this just sets everything into place. I definitely could use a brow wax, so this is going to come in really, really handy. I do like this taupe shade. It does have a little bit of a gray undertone, so it makes it's a little light for my brows, but by using that chocolate pencil, that deepened up the brows to my normal color, and then adding this just really enhanced the brows, made them look a little more full and natural. Both of the brow products I love. For lips, I picked up the Glam 101, which is the same line that our blush and highlight combo was from, and this is actually a lipstick and lip liner duo. And I picked up the shade Deep Caramel. So this is really fun. So here's the component. One end is your lip liner, and the other end is your lipstick. So I picked up a more neutral brown shade because I knew that I would have a little bit more deeper, darker, smokier look. I'm very particular about lip liners. I, again, always purchase drugstore. I don't find the need to purchase high-end expensive lip liners, but they need to be creamy. And this is creamy. This went on really nice, super creamy, easy to line my lips. So now let's test out the lipstick. So you can see that the lipstick is quite a bit lighter than the lip liner, which is exactly what we want because when we smush our lips together, they'll blend and make a really pretty neutral shade. That is so pretty. Look at how beautiful that is. What a great neutral shade. That brown with a little bit of a terracotta undertone. This is an amazing product. Great for travel that you have a lip liner and a lipstick in one. The products feel really, really nice on the skin. Didn't dry down like a liquid lipstick. Feels more like a creamy bullet lip. I love lip oil, so I grabbed the Jelly Wow lip oil in the scent Green Apple. Here's what the lip oil looks like, and I don't know if you can see how huge that doe foot is. Ooh, I love a big doe foot for a lip oil. Perfection when it comes to a lip oil doe foot. Ooh, it smells so good. Yes, that's exactly what I needed. I just wipe it off so that it doesn't transfer the lip color into the lip oil. That feels really nice. It added that pretty shine that I wanted to the lips, and it feels nice and juicy, not sticky or tacky at all, which I prefer in my lip oil. I just love everything about this lip combo. And last but not least, we are going to set our face with the setting spritz from the Sunday Picnic line. I think this was a line that they put out this summer, but it looked like a really good setting spray, and I always use a setting spray. I find that it keeps my makeup all day long and really helps with my makeup settling into fine lines. So here's what it looks like. This is interesting. It's a pretty thick product. It has kind of a cherry scent. It actually comes out a really fine mist, so let's hope that this comes out thinner than it looks in the bottle. Okay, that feels amazing. It smells really, really good. It came out in a very, very fine mist. Did not leave my face feeling wet at all. Very refreshing, and it set my makeup. It set my makeup. It looks so good. So here is the completed look. Let me zoom you out and let's go over my final thoughts on this full face of Sheglam. Right out of the gate, right off the bat, I love my look. My makeup looks flawless. I just looked really up close and personal at all of the complexion products, the powder, the foundation, the cream bronzer, the cream blush, the powdered products, everything looks beautiful on the skin. Honestly, it gives this really pretty airbrushed feel. And I love the eye look. I love the lip combo. So starting with the foundation, like I said, this is one of my holy grail foundations. I absolutely love this. I am going to hop on Sheglam right after this video and restock this. It is amazing, amazing, amazing for the price point. I also really liked the concealer. At first, I thought it was going to be a little bit too light, but it blended out and highlighted my under eye beautifully, did not settle into fine lines and wrinkles. And like I said, I gave you an update at the end of the day on this screen, but first impressions of this, I really enjoyed it. These little sponges are great. It's a great way to save money and not spend $10, $15 on one sponge. You can get a whole pack of these and just toss them in your washer in a laundry bag to get them nice and clean. The powder, yes, 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 I love the powder. That is partially what gave that really nice airbrushed look to my skin. The powder is incredible, incredible. There's no need to buy high-end powder. The e.l.f. Halo Glow, the Sheglam powder are both fantastic. The bronzer stick, I really liked it. It blended out really nicely. It added that nice warmth to the skin and was perfect under powder. And then the blush highlight combo, I really liked it as well. Like I said, the blush and the highlighter just blended into my skin, melted in nicely, didn't look like they were sitting on top of the skin. And I mean, we have a pretty glow going on from that highlight and that really kind of sunburnt, sun-kissed cheek. Like I mentioned, the cream blush is one of my favorite products. I have several of these. These I want to say are like $5 or $6. Well worth it. Highly recommend. I enjoyed all of the brushes. I think that this set is a little bit higher quality feeling than the prismatic set. Now, I did not try the eye brushes out at the prismatic set, but I did really like the fan brush for the highlighter. But these eye brushes worked fantastic. That's another thing that I feel like you don't have to break the bank on our brushes, because I know I don't clean mine as often as I should. So I always have a lot of brushes on hand, and some of my more affordable brushes are my favorites. I love the Wet n Wild brushes, the e.l.f. brushes, and these Sheglam ones. You can't beat the price for a full set of brushes. Now the palette. The palette. I'm really happy that I chose the Wolf Calls palette. It is beautiful. My eye look turned out stunning. As I looked a little bit closer up, I actually really like the shimmers. They took a little bit more work to get that opacity and that shimmer and that brilliance, but it was well worth it because they are beautiful. And like I said, this shade right here, I love that shade, Silver Fox. It's my favorite shimmer in the palette. The mattes were buttery, buildable, blendable. This is a really, really great palette, especially for the price. We already know that I loved the liner. I love the fact that there is a wing stamp, which just helps you start a wing. You could skip that altogether if you don't do a wing, because the felt tip liner is really, really good as well. And the mascara was one of the best products of the day. The mascara is so good. I also really enjoyed the brow products. This is awesome. The fact that there is a brush tip to draw the hair-like strokes, there's a pencil tip, and then applying the brow gel on top just to set everything in place. You can get both of these products for the price of one brow product that's a little bit higher end. And these, in my opinion, worked even better. The pencil was nice and creamy. The brow gel didn't clump, and my brows do not feel crusty, yet they're set in place. And lastly, the lip products. I love the lip products. This is genius to have a lip liner and lipstick in one. This is great for in your purse, in your car, fantastic for travel. And I love the lip oil. My lips still feel really creamy and not sticky at all. I hate sticky lip products. I hate them, and both of these performed beautifully. So what are my final thoughts? I can't recommend Sheglam enough. For the price, the quality is out of this world. I mean, rivaling high-end products. I have a very large makeup collection, and I have everything from super high-end to Dollar Tree makeup, and the Sheglam products rival those high-end products for a much more affordable price. I spent less on all of these products than I can spend on one single foundation. And look at how beautiful my look turned out. Again, I can't believe how flawless my skin looks. Shimmers, the eyeshadows are beautiful. They have not creased at all. I love the brow products, the lip products, just everything is so good. I cannot recommend it enough. So of course I'll link everything down below for you, as well as all of my favorite beauty boxes, and come on over, follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. Run, don't walk to Sheglam. You will not be disappointed.